Hi guys and welcome to this week's video. We are continuing with the diets. This time we're going to look at only one diet because it's long enough. It's the Mediterranean diet and it's considered one of the healthiest. So let's see how that goes. I'm reading from Paleo Diet forbeginner.com for beginners. So here's what it says here about the Mediterranean diet. Recommended by majority of doctors as healthy way to improve your health and lose extra inches. However, a lot of people in North America found that even though it promotes health and weight loss, it's not as efficient as some other diets in reaching certain health goals. Why? Because North American food industry has specifics that includes adding hidden sugar to the healthy products or not labeling GMO foods or ingredients, to name a few. But this is a topic for another post. Here we will talk about the Mediterranean diet. Okay, I have a point to get here into the this article. So yeah, in America is a lot of a problem that they are getting a lot of sugars in their foods, and I mean, you can testify on that if you are from America. I know that some of you are. That's real problem, guys. Like especially, not especially, but when you look at tea, for instance, you have to buy tea that is like completely only the herb inside, nothing else, absolutely nothing else. There's different teas that are like, quick dissolving teas, just like Nescafe or, something like that. Instant coffee is what I mean. So you have to watch for those. Instant coffee does not have sugar, some kinds, but some kinds do. So you have to watch about that. Promotes health and weight loss. We'll see about that. I don't think so. I mean, you can lose weight on absolutely any diet, even the crappiest diet on earth, but you have other health issues, so it's all about calories in the end of the day, but you can still get sick because of lack of nutrients. That is addition to the topic, so let's see further what it says. As you could probably guess, the origins of the Mediterranean diet come from the eating habits of people living in the Mediterranean region, which includes Italy, Spain, Greece, and Turkey. Similar to the paleo diet, it promises a healthy lifestyle and weight loss. The Mediterranean diet is believed to be the healthiest diet for a couple of reasons. It promotes healthy lifestyle. It is a well-balanced diet that includes the balance between all macro and micronutrients such as protein, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, and minerals. It is a high-fiber diet that includes high consumption of vegetables and fruits. It is considered an enjoyable diet as it does not eliminate any specific food groups but promotes a healthy balance between them. It allows having a glass of wine per day to complete the meal. As you can see, the Mediterranean diet looks like an easy diet to follow. Well, not really to me, but it's a nice thing that it does include all micronutrients and it does have vitamins and minerals. That's like the most important thing basically. But let's continue. Even though it has been around for centuries, the real interest to it arises by the American biologist Ansel Case and his wife chemist Margaret Case in the 7 countries, a study published in 1970. However, the version of the diet that we know today was presented by the Harvard University Dr. Walter Willett in the mid-1990s. What are the main principles of the Mediterranean diet? And you can see them right here. As it was mentioned before, the Mediterranean diet is a well-balanced diet where all food groups are presented. The Mediterranean diet basics are very simple. So, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, legumes, starchy vegetables, whole grains, fish and seafood, herbs and spices, extra virgin oil. Well, that's pretty much just the, how the Greeks eat. In moderation, poultry, eggs, cheese, yogurt, rarely red meat 1-2 per week. And do not eat added sugar, refined grains, trans fats, refined oils, processed meat, highly processed foods. Okay, let's dive into this. So first, eat vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, legumes, starchy vegetables. Yeah, all of that you see, and I already read it. That is totally all well and good. I will not totally recommend the extra virgin olive oil, only in particular circumstances, because the more fats you eat, no matter what fats, you're just going to add, a ton of calories to everything, especially to salads in this case. You can get all your fat from eggs and still be mostly satiated, because when you eat eggs, you're getting the protein, you're getting the fat, you're getting the perfect hormone balance, the good and bad cholesterol, which cancel each other. Is a long topic for eggs only. I did do a video here about eggs, so you can check that if you can find it in, in the vote. Basically, the point that I'm making, guys, is that if you have to eat fat, it's good to eat it from eggs, because you're getting everything. You don't have to add it additionally. And from eggs, you also get choline, which is one of the most healthiest things ever. It promotes brain health and not getting senile when you get older. So a lot of things that eggs contain are just absolutely amazing, and cannot stress this enough. And if you eat 4 eggs a day, you're going to get your 500, like actually above 500 milligrams of choline per day, which is a lot more than most supplements are getting like at all. I mean, there's some pre-workouts and other supplements, fitness supplements that add choline, but it's like a type of choline that is not even bioavailable. So the best you can do is literally just eat eggs and you're fine. If you can eat eggs, of course. If you can't, that's another story, but most healthy people can eat eggs and they don't do anything bad to them. They're only a great freaking superfood for most people. Now, poultry, eggs, cheese, like I said about eggs. Chicken, yeah, I wouldn't eat chicken every day. Once in a while, maybe. It's fine, really. Cheese, if you're not lactose intolerant, it's also very healthy if you can get low fat, quality cheese. Yeah, yogurt is actually one of the most healthiest foods ever, so I don't know why it's here, because literally there's a lot of studies now on yogurt and fermented foods in general, that they prolong health, especially gut health, which prolongs health, which makes your gut microbiome a lot better and healthier, which makes your immunity stronger, which actually creates a very, very strong shield against things like COVID. Actually, yeah. So I cannot agree about yogurt. It's really one of the most healthiest foods ever. You can still get low fat and get all the benefits of the Bacillus bulgaricus. That's the bacteria, the Bulgarian bacteria that actually created this process where yogurt, normal milk is turned into yogurt. And there's a lot of other bacteria that were discovered from Bulgarian scientists. Like 100 or more, I think, years ago, and now we have Greek yogurt because of that, and Bulgarian yogurt obviously, but it's not as popular as Greek yogurt, just because for some reason they made it popular and managed to spread all over the world, but we couldn't, so there's that. But the point is, yogurt, guys, is amazing, and Greeks also eat a ton of yogurt just like us. So it's like 100% a healthy food, as long as you're not in some kind of a way, lactose intolerant. Now, red meat, if it's clean, like beef or something like that, it's really healthy. It likes a lot of vitamin B12 and other things. I would say 1-2 per week is too low, especially for somebody that tries to build muscle like me. I would not do that. I'm eating like maybe 40 grams a day, which is nothing, of red meat, and I'm fine. And sometimes when I don't eat red meat, I feel the craving to eat red meat. Before I started eating like consistently and getting everything that I need in a day consistently, like I've said. So, but yeah, craving red meat is a thing if you're not eating it enough. And like I said in the previous video, you can get anemia if you don't eat enough red meat. Everybody's different, but yeah, it's possible. Now, do not eat, that's the thing, do not eat added sugar. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you can eat that because it's just good stress relief. I don't advise anyone to do that, but there's different cases. Sometimes you just want one donut and that's it. You're not gonna bench. Sometimes it's just good for mental health, actually, to get something like that, like once a month, once every 2 months, whenever you need it, and just not binge it. It's better to get it than to binge it eventually and eat a lot of other stuff. So sometimes it's good to eat something like this. Also, it's a good like wake-up call to the body. It does some processes to better respond to it next time, as long as you eat it like in a smaller, very rare intervals. Could have benefits for stress, and yeah. But like I said, it has to be the dose of it that you have to be careful with, of course, because you don't want to turn into an addiction, which can be very easily achieved. And especially about girls, like me, when I'm before my cycle, it's yeah, I'm getting some days where I'm like this innerly, not physically, I mean physically, but like innerly, and I just want to eat a donut. And I'm happy with one, but in 2 days I can want another one, and then hopefully this state passes and I'm calm. But yeah, it's hormones, guys. With girls, with guys, it also could be an issue. So once every, like once in a while, in a blue moon, pizza, I mean regular pizza, regular donut, regular muffin, all of that is possible. And the rest of the time you can do a lot of healthy alternatives to everything, including donuts, waffles, whatever, you name it. There's some videos with recipes here, as you know. You can check those if you haven't. And I'm going to do more in the future. I have more ideas, and I'm having more ideas as well for the cookbook that I want to make eventually, filled with some delicious versions of everything that I love to eat, which is, pizza, spaghetti, the donuts, the muffins, all of those things, the pancakes. Yeah, so refined grains. Yeah, I mean, it's like with the added sugar, it's carbohydrates, it's very high glycemic, it's not a good idea to have that all the time. It should be the exception, not the rule. And in America, a lot of people eat those foods as the main foods instead of the exception foods, and that's kind of the problem. So think about that. When you want to eat healthier, you have to maintain the healthier 90%, 95% of the time, and the bad foods 5%. But I do think that those 5% are very important for mental health. I really do. Trans fats, I mean, yeah, of course, avoid that as much as you can. There's a lot of hidden trans fats in like cookies and chocolate, so be aware of that. Refined oils, the same thing, cookies, chocolates, processed meat. Yeah, absolutely. Try to not eat that as much as possible. I mean, depends on the processed meat, really. But yeah, there's a lot of old meat that they make into salami or something like that. Highly processed foods in general, like chips and like snacks. Snacks, that thing that smells like like a sock. Avoid these the most because they're just nothing healthy in them and very, very addictive. So yeah, try to avoid these. Basically, guys, I'm agreeing with the basis of the diet. I'm disagreeing with the yogurt, cheese, eggs, and poultry. Really, chicken meat. I mean, there's like I said, there could be some hormones in it. I wouldn't eat it every day. You have to put it in some kind of a bag and marinate it if you want to taste good at all. So there's that. I don't eat it because I cannot actually get very satiated from it, and when it sits a few days it just changes its taste. So is that my meat of choice? I get my protein from quark and eggs, and the protein powder and egg white. So I don't really need the chicken at all, and I eat my clean red meat when I can. Fish is awesome. I forgot to say about fish, if you can, eat lean fish, but it's very expensive. So to me at least, it's not optimal, and it's not very satiating. Once again, I have to eat a lot of fish with potatoes to get satiated, which is gonna turn into a lot of calories. I'm still gonna be rather hungry, so just not optimal for me, but it's healthy food. We should all take also fish oil. So if you take fish oil, omega-3s, 2000 milligrams a day, that's 2 pills from 1000 milligrams. You should be perfectly fine. So you don't need to eat fish that often. And herbs, spices, all of that is good. Grains, I mean, whole grains is the same as refined grains. I mean, it's not the same, but it's gonna, spike your blood sugar. All the same. It's a bit better because there's some fiber in there, which slows down the absorption, and that on its own lowers the impact of the carbs, so you're not getting your blood sugar to rise so fast. So there's something to have. Starchy vegetables. I just love sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes, a bit more calorically dense, otherwise I would have them every day, like 3 potatoes a day. I just love those things. But yeah, that's absolutely fine. Legumes, if you don't have stomach issues and gas and bloating from them, that's perfectly fine too. Seeds, they're very calorically dense, so you have to be careful with that. Nuts, extremely calorically dense as well, you have to be careful with these. Just in very like moderation. Fruits, not all fruits are created equally. Berries are a lot better in terms of calories, in terms of glycemic index. They're super low on the glycemic index, and like I said, very low quality. So berries, strawberries, blueberries, whatever berries, they are the best. Citrus, not that much, but it has a lot of vitamin C, so it just depends, guys, really. I mean, lemon is amazing, lime amazing, kiwi absolutely amazing food too, vegetables of course. So that is so amazing. They are great supplements. I mean, fruits and vegetables are great supplements to your main foods. That's what I would call them. So it says here that the Harvard School of Public Health suggests that together with regular physical activity and not smoking, our analysis suggests that over 80% of coronary heart disease, 70% of stroke, and 90% of type 2 diabetes can be avoided by healthy food choices that are consistent with a traditional Mediterranean diet. Okay guys, so yeah, of course, especially once again, like I've said, if you are coming from a very bad standard American diet, such a diet will be very good for you, but I don't think that if you restrict completely the refined foods, that's gonna lead to binge eating eventually. I tried everything before, so I'm telling you from experience, you cannot eat clean all the time. You have to make meals that you enjoy. And the carbs, for instance, are not necessarily not necessarily have to come only from fruits and vegetables. You can like eat the lavash bread that I'm eating, or tortilla, just putting a lot on it, like a lot of delicious things on it, and make like this burrito basically if you want. And it's all good as long as you don't go over certain grams of carbs. Like for guys that want to lose fat, maybe, I mean, depends on your weight, but maybe let's say you have to eat 200 grams of carbs a day if you're very active, as well. 250 tops, and that's perfectly fine. And if they came from vegetables, that's gonna be like low glycemic, so obviously better. But also if you allow yourself to eat something like that, something like lavash bread, whatever type of bread is, you're just gonna feel a bit better. I mean, if you like bread and such doughy things, you probably feel better in terms of your psyche. So the point here is that when you change your diet, when you improve your diet, you're going to get benefits, physical benefits, lowering the risk of heart disease and all of that. But to me, guys, the best thing to do is to fast, and to do that every single day. Sometimes you can take a break on a birthday, Christmas, whatever occasion, of course. But if you can't fast, just fast. Just gonna make everything a lot easier, and that's actually the real prophylactic practice that actually really works and really prolongs your life. And then if you make the right choices in your eating window, it's just gonna be healthier and healthier from there. But fasting is like the base, and then you pick better foods, at least most of the time. So you can be naughty, but just like 5% of the time, and you will be healthy physically and mentally, which is very important. So like I said, if you already had some of the foods that you're not supposed to be eating on a daily basis, but you make them the exception, not the rule, I think that you'll be a lot happier and overall healthier mentally and physically. So that is the thing about diets. That is the principle that I'm going by myself, and what I do advise for you to do. I'm not a doctor, of course, but it has worked for me, and it worked for a lot of other people that don't like to be restricted, like extremely restricted, to achieve whatever physique, because that whatever physique can be achieved with such types of moderation and balance. Of course, some discipline is applied, of course some getting used to it is applied, but you're giving yourself a break from time to time, and thus making this sustainable way of living healthier in all aspects. So that is my advice, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and till next time, let me give you reviews. I hope you have a great summer, by the way, and if you have a vacation, have fun on that vacation, and make healthier choices if you can. Like, don't go over the board, but also walk around, make your steps, all those things, and you'll feel better about yourself for sure. Till next time, guys. Love ya. Bye bye.